This is to certify that Movie Chats has been classified for live streaming.
What?
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Hey,
one
Elaine.
person watching. Good evening, Elaine. How are you? I take it that's Elaine watching.
I was literally halfway through talking to you. There was no warning. We just disappeared and went live. I'm like, right, okay.
We've got a schedule to keep. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us on another week of movie chat. I do beg your pardon. I forgot to schedule the show. That's why it only went up at like 6:45. So I don't blame people for not joining us sooner. Evening, Movie Mad. Evening, Pat. Thank you for joining us. Evening, Elaine. Thank you for being here as well. Steve, how was your fortnight been?
Yeah, this is it. We've had a nice break, haven't we?
We have, yes.
But everybody, I mean, I'm probably thinking the other way around. Everybody else has had a nice break from us. So, well done, guys. Thank you for coming back. It was all right, mate. I mean, the weather's been lovely the last few days, hasn't it? I think that's probably the highlight of the last few weeks, to be fair, is the weather's slightly turned.
Yeah, it has been very, very good indeed.
Delivery, 1 second. Yep. Thank you. Here's your dog food. Thank you. Right. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Never eat yellow snow. There's your tip.
What have you got there? McDonald's?
Yeah, she come home from work and she's like, I can't be asked. That's it. We're having McDonald's. I was like, right. I've obviously Leo would not take much convincing with that. He's already eaten bloody once, little sod. But yeah, like I say, it's gone quickly, to be honest with you. I mean, I think, I messaged you last week. I was just absolutely drained. It's like, look, let's just give this one a miss. So apologies for that, guys. But I put together a couple of videos of pickups and stuff. So hopefully I can get them out. I was just discussing with Steve about the thumbnails, because that's what slows me down, is putting thumbnails out. But yeah, how about yourself?
They're the easiest bit, the thumbnails.
They're not for me.
There and take a picture like that. Pickup this week. You know,
I think AJ's nailed it, hasn't he, recently? It's just a bit convincing, but
no, I know.
He's smashing it with them.
But yeah. So now, what did we do? Over the last 2 weeks, we've been out in Teddy quite a bit. We've been out.
It's your car friends.
We've been to Shed Fest last weekend in Leicester. On Saturday. That was quite good. That video is now live on Life in the First Lane. Go and watch that if you haven't already. And that channel's sort of blew up. We've had 42 new subscribers on that channel since Saturday.
Wow, I think you've had about 3.
And that video has had close to 6,000 views. So
that's good then.
Saturday. So that has done really, really well. We were in Llandudno on Sunday, so we went to have a look at the Victorian experience there. It just turns out to be a Jippo fair that runs the whole length of Llandudno to like High Street. But that was quite entertaining down there. That was quite good fun. And then we were at Mini Club on Tuesday, and then we've got a car show this weekend that we're going to as well. So the summer is starting to fill up with car shows and stuff like that for us, and long weekends away, which is always a bonus that we get to stay.
Yeah, well, it was a long weekend this weekend, wasn't it? So
yeah, so we get to stay overnight somewhere as well, while we're going for these car shows. So that's going to be our life for a while. And while we're there, we will be doing some charity shopping and some high street shopping and picking up some bargains, so we can do some content for this channel as well as Life
Oh, well,
Unfiltered.
if you've got time. I mean, that's,
Hey, I was editing a video when you joined in before. That's what I was doing on my phone. So yeah. No, other than that, mate, we've been quite busy in work, and Lana's been busy in work, and it's just been nice to have a couple of days chilling over the long bank holiday. What have you been watching in the last fortnight? Because I want to talk. Go on.
No, you want to talk about what?
I want to talk about Voltron.
Okay.
Right. So I've been watching a lot of Voltron over the last couple of weeks because there was 8 series on Netflix, isn't there, of Voltron. So I'm now on the last 3 or 4 episodes of the complete series.
Yeah.
Now, the bit that gets me, and I probably didn't worry about this too much when I was a child, right? Voltron and Power Rangers and Transformers, where they can transform into the combiners and stuff like that. Do you know when they say, let's form Voltron or let's form Megazord, and then you get all that sequence of them all joining together, or Pterodactyl and all that crap? Why? Right? Why don't the bad guys attack him during that?
Because they've got to wait. It's fair play, innit?
Is that what it is? Is that the unwritten rule?
It's an unwritten rule that they've just got to go, hang on a sec, we'll wait.
Yeah.
Don't worry about us.
Voltron's forming now. Oh, there we go. He's now flying up, doing triple somersaults. And
Now he's ready to kick our ass. Now we go.
Go on, let's it just bugs me. Like I say, I've been watching it. It's the same when I've watched Thundercats. You know, when he's going, Thunder. Why doesn't
just take him out?
Yeah. Done. End of series.
Hey, Chris.
You know, I just have it, just get it out the way. But the Voltron thing takes about 40, 50 seconds for him, because you see all the claws going in and all the yeah, it's just like the bad guy sat there going, "Are you fucking done yet?"
Time out, guys. Time out.
Yeah. You can just imagine Munwar, can't you? The Lino's going, Thunder. Munwar just goes, "Yeah, have that." And it's like Skeletor with He-Man. I have the power. No, you don't. Dead. You know, it'll be. I know the series will be over quite quickly, but
that is definitely a Robot Chicken episode. That fucker, isn't it?
Well, I'm just thinking to myself, you know, and like I say, Power Rangers, where you've got all like the putties running around and they're going Pterodactyl, and then they all start doing backflips and whatever. No, just stab him, or you know. Movie Mad said Thundercats was a great show. It is until you've watched it. Have you watched it recently? Right? Because I've been watching Thundercats because I've got the DVD box sets down there. And when you realise it's just Lino, who's like a 5-year-old kid in a teenage body dealing with puberty, and he hasn't got a clue what he's doing, it sort of ruins the show for you.
It's a bit different.
Yeah, it is very different. You know. All of a sudden, he fancies his nanny. You know, yeah, it's a very different show when you watch it now as an adult.
You're not ruining it for me.
I don't know. So what have you been watching then, mate?
You completely fucking thrown me off now. Well, I finally got round to watching, is it Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, the first one? Obviously, I got it when, bless him, when Dave passed, and I watched that, and it's definitely an acquired taste, that film. I'd like to see the second one. But I had to watch the first one first, so I'm going to get round to that. I don't know, to be honest with you. I think just a couple of bits maybe on Netflix. Nothing really major. There's nothing really stood out since probably Baby Reindeer.
I still haven't seen that, you know. Let me just go and close that curtain, because it's... You know, I've been...
You look like Patrick Swayze in Ghost at the fucking end season, end sequence.
You know, she's going to kill me because I've closed the curtains, put my neons on, and then turned the lights on. Oh,
There we go.
there we
Look
go.
like I've got a suntan now.
That's better. That's better. Well, I have got a suntan. I've had the roof down on Biggie the last couple
Oh,
of days.
shut up with your midlife
Like,
crisis.
The funny thing was that when we were at Shedfest on Saturday, I got back in the car and Lana said, "Look at you, you burnt already."
Yeah.
And I was only in the sun for a few hours on Saturday, and then when we got home, she come downstairs after having a shower and she went, "I'm sorry," and she was all burnt on the forehead and the big burn patches here. It's just like, yeah, told you.
Maybe Mad said A Man Full is a good new limited series on Netflix. Yeah, I think I've seen that advertised.
There's a couple on Netflix, like I say, that Baby Reindeer. We haven't got into that yet, but the woman that's the woman or the real life woman that Baby Reindeer is about is being interviewed by Piers Morgan tonight, isn't it? I know she's already done the interview tonight, yeah, and apparently she doesn't agree with the portrayal of her during the show.
No shit, Sherlock.
So the bloke that's in Baby Reindeer is the actual bloke that was being.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
His stalker is now on Piers Morgan, saying that's not how it all went down.
That's strange. I never expected it to do that. To be honest,
no,
to come out and deny anything.
No, I know. Right, so let's move on to Homework Movie. So I haven't really spoke to you over the last 2 weeks regarding.
No, you've ignored me blatantly while you went off and did your driving around in your car.
Yeah, and taking the Mickey out of Chris. Taking the Mickey out of Chris for being the number one YouTuber.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean that goes without saying, doesn't it?
It does. Evening, Baz. Thank you for joining us, mate. Quick question, Steve. Have you watched the Homework Movie?
No, I couldn't find it.
Okay, let's move on to pickups of the week then.
Really?
To be honest, I've tried to find it. I've tried to find it on a few different sites.
I couldn't find it,
and I can't find it. I
think the thing is this is one of the issues, isn't it? I mean, with the when we get suggestions from the chat, it's really important that we do try and get hold of them, but just some of them are so obscure because we haven't seen them before. It's difficult to try and locate it. I mean, you have a bit more of an extensive library to look for than I do currently, but it's just some of them we haven't been able to locate. So apologies for that, chat. I still want to try and find it, but it's not as easy as trying to get it online. If it's not there, it's not there.
No. And like you say, I've been quite resourceful the last couple of weeks with some of the bizarre.
Cheers, Neil.
They're not bizarre homework movies, are they? They're just like I said, they're not your common garden variety.
No, this is it. This is it.
The last couple of weeks. I'm not be able to find it online has done my head in something royally this last fortnight, and I was really hoping to have got this done because, like you say, last week was a quite a last second sort of decision not to.
Yeah, it was.
To do the show. So I thought, you know what, it's bought me a week, and I'll try and find it. And like I say, I've had to look in charity shops. I had to look in HMV to see if it was in HMV and the bloke said I don't think they've ever stocked a copy of it in HMV.
Really?
Yeah. It might be one of Demi Moore's straight to DVD, never made it out of Australia type of films. I don't know. Or Steven Seagal straight to DVD in Russia only.
It's on one of those DVDs with the 4 movies on it that you got free with a DVD player.
Yeah. And on the other side of it, we've got Flawless, and then you've got something like Bubble Pop or whatever the shit Australian movie was. Yeah. Good evening, Luke. Thank you for joining us, mate. Are you looking forward to the Trap that's out in August? I'm assuming you meant Crap That's out in August.
Have you seen the trailer for Twisters?
No.
Mate, I swear to God, it is literally. I mean, the first one I was looking. The first one, the effects have sort of stood up. Really, they're still good now. But this one, even from just watching the trailer, it's like you've got a group of like intellectually educated people that are chasing these storms, and then you've got the rookie guy, the guy that's just sort of goes rogue. And it's just like I can tell a mile off. These two are going to be interested in each other because what the brainy girl, it's the brainy girl and the rogue guy, and I'm like, I can tell where this is going straight away. They'll end up working together to try and figure it out, and you can just sort of imagine the story straight off the back of the bloody.
As they try to work it out, she's getting wet and wild in a different ways and chasing the storm.
Yeah, it's exactly that. And I'm telling you that I wouldn't be surprised if that's the way the movie goes. It's like so predictable, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how you could make. It's like making a sequel to the film Volcano, isn't it? How many times do storm chasers need to be caught in the middle of a bad storm?
Yeah.
Before they realise, shit, you can't do that. Nems put, wouldn't be surprised if a movie called Twister in 2024 is about the board game. Well, you never know. With Kenner and Hasbro making all these movies, it won't be long before you get a remake of Ouija, and it is Monopoly, where they've rolled on Get to Jail, and all of a sudden they're transported to a jail. Yeah.
I think you've just hit on $1 million idea there.
Yeah, they mix it up with the film Looper or not Looper. What's the other one? Jumper, where he jumps through time, jumps through the pictures, and ends up in different locations.
It wouldn't be real life, though, mate. I mean, at the end of the day, if they were having to buy a property, you're talking at least 6 months before they can get in there. You know what I mean? It would take them ages, wouldn't it?
Yes, babe. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know.
Has she dropped off her brew for you?
She has, yes. We've seen the second trailer to Deadpool, the extended trailer. That still looks really, really good. I do like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine again, and I did want him in either the brown and yellow suit or the yellow and blue suit. I did want him in. The more I see that suit, the more disappointed that I am in that suit.
Do you think it's because he hasn't got the helmet on, should we say?
Well, there's a point that the scenes with him with the helmet on.
Oh, really? Hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob. So the more I see that Wolverine suit, the more I'm sort of disappointed in it. But again, I don't know if that's just because it's not like the 20-year-old me anymore going, why the fuck's Wolverine running around in a black suit?
Do you know? Yeah, I was going to say, do you know what it is? It's because it's basically the live action in it of that particular character. Mm-hmm. And it just, you could sort of differentiate the Wolverine in the X-Men movies and his own standalone movies to this because he's dressed like he is in the cartoons. I think that's where it's sort of a psychological thing, I think, more than anything. He's still the same character. He's still doing the same good job that he did in the previous movies.
Yeah.
Because he's dressed differently. It just messes you up. If that had been a different actor playing him and he'd have been in that, you're not comparing it then, are you?
No. Nems put Marvel have announced that they're only going to do 3 movies a year. They need to go back to only doing 3 movies a year. I'd be happy if they did 2 movies a year and just
I think so,
blockbuster movies,
like a summer and a Christmas.
Yeah,
something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, to try and get that sort of to try and pull us back into that good content. You can't just keep throwing shite after shite after shite and hope one of them sticks. And be good again. You're not going to hit, because if you remember, we all said Guardians of the Galaxy rescued Marvel.
Yeah.
And then Thor Ragnarok rescued Marvel. We haven't had that sort of since Endgame, Infinity War Endgame. We haven't really had that sort of rescue moment, have we?
No.
You
No.
know?
No, definitely not.
But yeah, because Love and Thunder just tanked, didn't it? And anything that's followed after Endgame's been awful. So yeah, maybe going back to that, and I think they should do that with Star Wars as well.
Filmed in UK at Pinewood, yeah.
we were talking about the studio in Sheffield, weren't we, the last time that we were having a back and forth?
Oh, bless you, Elaine.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Baz has put question mark.
Which Spider-Man? Because I've got a new pickup of Spider-Man here. I don't know if that's what you're into. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Have you heard Deadpool will be traveling through the multiverse? Yeah, I've heard.
That's pretty obvious from the trailers, to be fair.
Yeah, I've heard it's all about jumping through because Deadpool's trying to save his world and he finds the Wolverine that let his die, etc., etc. And I think it's a good twist on the whole sort of thing. I think Strange in the Multiverse of Madness sort of done us wrong when it comes to the multiverse because they were just bouncing through it, weren't they? All the different ones.
Yeah.
I think they did. I think they got that wrong, in my opinion. Let's move on to pickups of the week, then, shall we? So there is a video coming out for pickups of the for my pickups. However,
oh my god, that's awesome!
Look at that. Now it is wall mounted, so it is meant to go on the wall. But I've had my eye on this for a while in one of the comic stores in Warrington, but they are quite expensive. But this one I got from Z on Only Cool Stuff.
Really?
So if you're on Whatnot, go and check out Only Cool Stuff. I think he's got a show tomorrow night at 8:00. But he's also got an online store now, onlycoolstuff.co.uk. So go and check him out. He started the auction off for me at £35. Someone else, I immediately took that off. Somebody else jumped in, so I ended up paying £43 plus £4 postage for this. But considering I've got like some more of the Marvel Diamond Select dioramas,
that
it's starting to take like straight what I'm after in the way of the collection. But this is a great addition.
Hey, Lynn, I hope you're well. Yeah, we're good. Nice one, Neil.
Wow. I can't see the chat when I was on that screen. Yeah, so I was made up with that. So I've had to move my shelf around to get him on here. So it looks like he's coming out of the corner there. And I picked up Roadblock as well, a G.I. Joe Funko Pop. But I am seriously in trouble when it comes to these Funko Pops. Seriously, because I've got all the ones that I want. So I've got 2 more Attack on Titans coming. I just generally have no idea what I'm going to do with them. So I have got a spare shelf down here at the bottom because, as you can see, I have trimmed down my Transformers considerably. So I have got a spare shelf down there. So I might move the Dino Bots from up there down to the bottom shelf. And then I can move me Halo Pops up on here, which then gives me space on top of the wardrobe. Yeah. But
that it was a fucking Turtles one, would he?
Well, I've like you say, I've had to be really particular about which ones I've picked up. So I've got my last two Attack on Titan characters.
Yeah.
And Lana went nuts because I was going to spend £45 on Annie Lionheart because she's an £80 pop in some of the comic book stores, or 150 quid on eBay, but I managed to pick one up on Vinted for £32.
Is that rich?
Wild Night Adventures. Yeah, I think it's
Isn't
rich,
it? Yeah.
Even
Hey,
Gareth,
buddy.
even Rich.
Hey, Gareth.
The turtle ones are shit.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So so I've ended up with the two Attack on Titan characters that I've not got, the Queen Hysteria and the Annie Lionheart one. And then I'm left now of picking up the Titans. So I'm trying to be really, really good with the ones I've got. The G.I. Joes, I think I just need Cobra Commander and Duke now, and then I've got all of them as well.
Bloody
So,
hell.
yeah, I think I've done well considering I was never going to buy Funko Pop this time last year.
Yeah, you're catching up, aren't you?
I'll have to do a video about how much they're all worth.
How much they're actually worth versus how much you paid.
Yeah.
How they've gone down in value since.
I don't think they would have done, because they obviously don't do the Attack on Titan stuff anymore.
Do they not?
No, so the earlier ones of Eren
Salted.
and Mikasa, the earlier ones of Eren and Mikasa are probably worth quite a bit, I reckon.
No, fair enough. Well, I messaged you yesterday or the day before, didn't I? I got my pick. Well, you can do my pickup of the week. Let me just grab it. Definitely pickup of the week. Oh. So, I gone into charity shop the other day and picked up a few ones from my childhood DVD wise, so I put them on a video anyway. But this one was on the side, and I'd said to him, "Do you mind if I buy it?" And they're like, "Oh, well, we're not sure if the staff members put it aside, so you'll have to speak to them tomorrow." So I went in yesterday, and I said, "Oh, is that for you?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's for me. That I'm gonna have that." And I was like, "Oh, I could really, really do with it for the collection." And I was like, "It's fine though. You've obviously said you wanted it." And she was like, "Oh well." So I started talking to her a bit about the ones I collected the day before. And she's like, "Oh, go on then. You can buy it." I was like, "Right, fair enough." But I weren't giving up. It's Count Duckula, the complete collection.
That is awesome.
Right. So to buy this on CEX is $35. To buy it on brand new or second hand on eBay is about $50 to $60. But obviously it's David Jason in it, so you got to. It's David Jason in it.
Yeah, David Jason. Yeah.
Yeah. But I only had like a 1-disc Vampire Vacation before this on these, but yeah. So I used my persuasion skills to get this, and it cost me 50p. So yeah.
So do you know where this leaves me now, Steve? It leaves me thinking about what do I do with Jesus Christ? What do I do with the Dr. Evil Funko Pop? Because if you watched Chris's live stream last night on Whatnot,
yeah,
you would have realised half of the pops he was putting up came from me the week before.
It's not like you made that obvious, really.
No. Well,
you're quite subtle about it.
Yeah, another donation.
In fact, it's one of your strengths, subtleness.
Yeah, I have been told I've got to watch my directness when I'm in certain meetings and work now. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to do with Dr. Evil, so I'm probably just going to send Dr. Evil down to you, Steve. I know you've got an Austin Powers collection sort of building there. So I'll send Dr. Evil down to you.
I would say keep hold of it until I next see you, but the chances are over the summer I might not with you being so busy. Plus, you probably donated it to Chris by that point.
No, we are busy. We've got a lot in the diary. Then we're away for two. We're off for a couple of weeks in June, and we go on a cruise. And then we've got my
Yes,
birthday.
Leo. You want the keys for the door? No. Sorry, did
Nope.
you say you're off for cruise?
We're off on a cruise in June, so I won't be on the show that week, unless I do it from Italy.
I think, yeah. It's Italy.
I do it from Italy.
Don't lie. It's like Brighton or somewhere you're going on this cruise, isn't it?
No, so we fly over to Dubrovnik, then we're in Croatia, then we're in Montenegro, then we've got Italy, Slovenia, back to Montenegro, back to Croatia.
Oh, la-di-da. Look at you.
So I might have to do it. Evening, AJ. I might have to
Right.
do it on the cruise ship on my outdoor balcony. What do you reckon?
I mean, this brings me quite nicely onto my next topic, to be fair, which is I have put it in a video, but I received some. Let's go with what's it called?
AJ shite.
No, let's go with which we call it fan mail from AJ because he likes that, doesn't he?
We go with fan mail. We need your thumbnail like that.
Yeah,
Subscriber mail.
yeah, subscriber mail. That's the one. So I got some really good subscriber mail from AJ because he's a big fan of ours, you see. So, now honestly, with him clearing out some of culling his collection, which obviously if you haven't seen it, go and have a look. There's about 52 episodes so far, and it goes on until about 2026. But he's kindly sent me through some Blu-rays. He's finally got round to it. No, don't worry about it, mate. Well, there's a couple of them that I've already put in the collection.
You can't pull them if you finally got round to sending it, and then pull back as soon as you saw the comment come in the chat. Sorry, it took so long to get to you.
No, he said he said that. That's what I'm saying. But no, so obviously a good friend of ours he is. But there was a couple of them. He sent me a picture. He's like, "Do you want any of these, Steve?" I was like, "I'll take." There was one in particular I wanted, just because I don't see it very often, but it seems to always be on telly, right? It seems
hasn't got it.
It seems to always be on telly. I don't imagine it's worth a hell of a lot, but there's a couple that I put into the collection and I put them on a video. But this brings me nicely into this one, Titanic 2. So this is so cheesy, so terrible that I actually enjoy it. Like the premise of the movie is look what happened to the last one. There is nothing. What's the worst that could happen if we do it again? Sort of thing.
The storylines of Twisters.
I think we had this as homework at one point. I think when we first started out, I think this was one of the first homeworks we had. Because there's two different names for it. There's Titanic 2 and then there's Titanic something. I forget now what the name is. We
did that on Chris's channel, did we not?
I think it was when we were all together.
On Chris's channel.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was when we were all together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so chuffed and made up. The Asylum film, I believe. I'm so chuffed and made up that this is now part of my collection, and it's so sad. Like Titanic 2 with, and you've got him in there. You know, you won't be able to see it very well. But basically, he's the guy that is it X-Men? You know, when he gets hooked up to the machine, Magneto's machine, the guy with the grey hair. I think he's like I want to say like not a president, but I think he's something to do with like a politician or something.
Yeah.
Do you know which one I mean?
Senator what's his face?
That's the one. So he's like one of the main names in there. Like his role is very limited, but everybody else is just a who the fuck are you sort of cast on it. But it's a German release, which is brilliant. I'm glad it's not part of my collection. Well, it was for a time, to be fair, mate. But it's now in my collection. So thank you very much, buddy. I really appreciate it. Like I said, there's a couple of others that he sent me, which I've put in there anyway.
So what's the space on the shelf behind you then, Steve? Because...
So, no, it's don't worry. I've not got rid of anything. I've just been moving stuff about.
No, that's okay, AJ. I've just put the link in anyway because I'm bored of him.
Fuck off, you. No, but... yeah, I've just been moving stuff about. I've gained a shelf moving stuff about, so I just started moving stuff from that side, so I had a bit of space. because obviously I'm getting more 4Ks and I'm getting more steelbooks. So that was the idea. You'll see the video where I explain how I got it. Right, okay, fair enough.
Have you froze, little Steve, or was it me?
Yeah. You still in?
Is it me or you? Hello?
Are we back?
Yeah,
Hello?
we're back. Yeah, it might have been. Was it you that's froze or me? Because your screen.
I don't know. You disappeared. You disappeared, so I'm blaming you.
All right, okay. Anyway, we're back now anyway.
In 2025, you'll see exactly, yeah.
Hmm.
Bernard Hill died.
The captain. He was the
was
captain.
Oh,
of the
yes.
Titanic.
Sorry. Yeah. I know what you mean now. Do you know what it was? I know him from a lot of things, but it's putting names to faces. It doesn't. When I see someone, I'm like, yeah, I know who he is now, and I could probably tell you some of the movies he was in. Black something or other he was in as well. When it was called, it's not Black Sheep, it's something or other like that. Black something he was in. But yeah, so I'm just made up, mate. I'm just made up that I finally got that on Blu-ray. As sad as that is, but as regards to the space, no, that was the other thing I have put it on the video, but it doesn't really matter to be fair. But obviously, I'd shared it with you guys, I think, anyway. But my crow finally turned up. Now this pissed me off, this, because my little thing is coming off. I ordered this on the day that they put the release out for pre-order. Yet mine seems to, because it's Amazon, it seems to turn up about a week later than everybody else. Like if you've got it from Zavvi or blooming HMV.
You know why that is though, Steve? It's because they know that everybody else that's ordered one of them is going to do a YouTube video as soon as they get it, unleashing it. You not doing any videos are no longer important to Amazon.
Funny.
You need to get your act together on these videos.
Neil, that's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant.
You need to get your act together on these videos, Steve, and start putting more regular content, like me on Life on the First Lane.
Well, yeah, exactly. But then you go out every bloody weekend in a Mini to a luxurious area where you look at cars all day and admire each other's handiwork. Gives us a job. It gives us a job.
I don't know. So, what's out this week then, Steve, or what's coming out on the cinema that you're really looking forward to?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I know there's a release I need to pick up of is it the Iron Claw? That's been released, I think, this week. So I need to pick that up because I really want to watch that about the Von Trapp family.
Yeah.
As regards to DVD, as regards to cinema, there isn't really anything until that I'm desperately wanting to see other than Wolverine and Deadpool. I don't know.
Luke put there he's looking forward to seeing The Conjuring: The Last Rites. I'm getting a bit bored of the Conjuring series now. You know, when they started making it like a multi-franchise,
multiverse.
Yeah, a multiverse franchise sort of thing, where it wasn't just about those about the ghost hunters. Now it's about everything else as well.
But you see, the thing is that it's easy to link to get like instant bums on seats with that, innit? Because it'll be from the Conjuring universe. So you can call it whatever you bloody want, and it's like, but as long as it's from the Conjuring universe, you're getting that fan base.
Well, I think that's probably where I've got the issue from, because they've obviously got these stories. They can pull any ghost story out of anywhere, can't they? Really?
Yeah.
And then just bang that tagline to it.
Yeah.
You know. And then, so you go on.
No, I'm just reading Neil's comment.
All right, yeah. Yeah, so that's me. That's my problem with them. It doesn't have to be a original story because it could just be a story, a ghost story from anywhere, can't it? Now,
Yeah.
And then we can go with that. I'm too bloody hot in this room with all the heat, and then the curtains closed as well.
So have you, other than cartoons, have you watched anything else over the last couple of weeks then?
Stargate Universe. I've got back into Stargate Universe.
Okay.
So that's the one where they start off on the planet Icarus and then end up on the Destiny ship, flying through the galaxy. And we never got an ending to that. It finishes at the end of season 2. So I'm 3/4 of the way through season 1. Then I'll start season 2. But then I might go back to watch SG1. Go back into Stargate.
Yeah.
Start it all over again. That's the horror story that the Scousers gets a job. Do you know what? Us Northerners, we get a hard sort of time off you fucking Southerners.
That's the horror story of a Scouser.
We get picked on, bullied by you Southern fairies.
Southern fairies.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So have you seen any news come out this week for anything?
Oh, I just saw some news that I like.
Oh, did you?
James has got some new Transformers in. Oh.
Well, that's you lost for the next half an hour then.
Yeah. I'll have to go up tomorrow after work. Go and have a look at what he's got. Have you seen Rebel Moon 2? Don't bother if you've seen the first one. Yeah. You knew the fight at the end of the first one was ruined because they did show you them rescuing him and saying they can bring him back at the end of the first one. I think the premise of the second film didn't hold up to the first film. They sort of gone down the route of, let's make the space farmers rebel fighters and we'll teach them how to fight. And yeah, it just didn't. I don't know, Neil. Did you think it sort of flowed in a way that you would expect a space saga sequel to flow? Because I didn't. I didn't get that from it, and I just didn't know what it was supposed to be. It was like what's the one with Mel Gibson where he's in the American the War of Independence, The Patriot. It's like F on The Patriot, where he takes all the farmers and makes them into guerrilla warfare fighters, and then throw in a load of spaceships.
Okay.
It's like the Amish sort of village then finds weapons. It wasn't great. And going back to movie news a couple of weeks ago, Steve, where we mentioned that these Rebel Moon films, it's going to be a trilogy of these Rebel Moon films, but each film's going to be over 2 parts, so it's technically 6 movies. And you can see them dragging it out to what's going on there. You had a half-baked love scene, a love story between 2 characters that you didn't expect to get together, and then they kill him in the next scene. So you're like, what was the whole point of that? Like 20 minutes of them
build up
fields of wheat.
Why are we invested in that for 5
seconds? For him to die 20 minutes later? And you've not built that over 2 films or anything like that, so there's no shock. Farmers are going to get killed when they're fighting the space empire.
Speaking just slightly, completely, actually off topic about pops. Have you seen a Bitty Pop?
Yeah, the tiny pops.
Have you seen one?
Yes,
They are small.
they are.
I got one from Wolfie. I didn't realize. I know it was small, but I didn't realize how small it was until it got here. But I'm surprised. I was taking the mick on his whatnot, saying it looks like they're far away from the camera, but actually they were probably really fucking close up. Because these things, have you actually got one?
No, I've not got one. I've seen them in the shops.
You see? Oh right, okay. Well, let me just show the chat because this is mental. The detail on these is mental. So obviously, here is the normal size pop. Let me try and get that out of the way. So there's your normal size pop. This is a bitty pop. Like, this is mental. Like,
let me put you on the big screen.
Yeah. So I said to him at the time, I was like, if half my pops were that size, I wouldn't be running out of room.
Nick Fury.
But these are mental for the size. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's, you know.
Now, how much did that cost you?
I was only about it was about £2 maybe, £1, £2. It wasn't a lot. But I was just intrigued because obviously I've got a few different types of pops now, you know, with the different releases they've done.
The Funko
I mean, this
show,
is hard case as well, obviously. This is plastic. But this is just absolutely mental. The size is ridiculously different. Like, Jesus. Anyway.
I could get 1,000 of them for the space that I've used for about 50.
Oh, yeah. You have the whole collection.
Yeah. What's Neil put here? Hated the 5-minute backstory for each rebel helping the villagers, it seemed. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. They fill this out about the general who's the coloured fella from like Gladiator and stuff like that. They fill his story out about how he let his troops down and whatever else, and then the big fella that was dressed like He-Man, he had the backstory. Then you had the woman with the two swords that all heard. Yeah, it was just crap for an hour. And then you got that 20-minute build up for a love story that went nowhere because he died 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. How do I put this? Zack Snyder, I thought Snyder was a good director, but his last decade of work is proving me wrong.
See, well, was it Zack Snyder who did that one where they were zombie apocalypse thing with the casino? Was it Netflix or
Something to the Dead?
Was it Zack Snyder who did that?
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. I enjoyed that one. That was pretty awesome. But with Zack Snyder, it is very hit and miss, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's because the sort of studio involvement in any of this stuff, because obviously we've had this Snyder cuts of certain things. But you get that a lot with a lot of the modern day directors. I think the only one that I would say sort of hits a home run 99.9% of the time is someone like Tarantino. Like his movies when they come out, you know, they're generally really good. But there's a few of them that sort of have these really big releases and then struggle after that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Army of the Dead, it is, mate.
Hey, Derek. Jim Jam, get a life. What's going on now?
Jim Jam's popped in. Hello, everyone, apart from Robbie Lane and AJ. Yeah.
All right, Jim Jam, that's it.
Just leave the comment, mate. Just
all right. Lucas is a good director, but the second three movies of Star Wars went a patch on the first three. So obviously, with the with May the 4th and stuff like that, there's been a lot of videos coming out about Star Wars recently.
Well, I missed the Star Wars Day celebrations in Leicester because we were at Shedfest, and then in the evening,
Yeah,
they had a big sort of convention in the middle of Leicester for it, and I was like, shit, if we were staying the Saturday night instead of the Friday night, we could have went
Yeah.
to that. But they never advertised that anywhere.
but the question is like the for all intents and purposes, the second lot of Star Wars movies, which is the
Prequels, yeah.
right, have they matured into sort of better movies now? Because I mean, I always enjoyed them anyway because it was around. I say it was around my childhood. It wasn't. It was slightly after that, but it was the excitement of having new Star Wars movies after so long.
I think we were late teens when they came out.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
early 90s, etc.
Yeah,
weren't they?
yeah.
So we were.
Yeah. So it was around the time that George Lucas was digitally remastering the original three. Because I'd asked my grandparents to get them for my birthday or Christmas or whatever, and they were on telly all the time, but they weren't released because he was doing a re-edit of them. But I enjoyed the first one. Phantom Menace was the best bit about that. The second one, I could take it or leave it, and then I enjoyed the third one, The Revenge of the Sith. I thought some of the fight scenes in that were just amazing between Ewan McGregor and Christopher Hayden. Yeah,
I think that Revenge of the Sith fight rivaled the Darth Maul fight with Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
I think that rivaled that. When it come to the tragedy of it all and the intensity of the fight, I think that bit, the Ewan McGregor part, the Obi-Wan part of the Darth Maul fight, didn't really live up to, or still doesn't live up to the bit, because, like you say, that's just raw emotion from Obi-Wan, isn't it? After watching Qui-Gon get killed.
Yeah, but the thing is that have these matured into better movies? Because there's been a lot of focus on them during this, obviously, the May the 4th. And I think there's a more of a found appreciation for them movies because of the last three that we've just got.
I was just about to say, if the end trilogy wasn't so poor, would we have been putting the prequel trilogies so in high regard?
Yeah, and that's the question. I mean, I know I could sit down and put them on now and still enjoy them. I think the first one is just a little bit slow for me, going through the Anakin story, especially as a younger Anakin. It's quite a slow process, that movie, for me. But obviously ramps up towards the Revenge of the Sith when it's quite high. It's the wrong word, but like high octane sort of action. And the second one is just a bit of a blur to me because the stuff that happens in that, it's
Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, it's maybe just a little bit average. But then, having said that, I do enjoy the newer trilogy.
It was their way.
I knew you were going to say that, Jace. I was trying to. It's Haydenson, isn't it? Is it Christopher Haydenson?
Yeah.
Christopher Hayden. Yeah, I'm confusing myself now.
Oh, is it Hayden?
That's the best one out of the three for me.
Is it Hayden Christensen?
It's Hayden Christensen. That's the way. Yeah. I don't know why I said Chris. I've got no idea. It's Hayden Christian.
You've got Chris Hayden on your brain, isn't it? It's Hayden Christian.
Yeah, it's because he's the number one YouTuber. What can I say?
Yeah, that's it. You see, yeah. Yeah, number one YouTuber out on for reselling, and no, what's it? Just general number one YouTuber.
I think so, something like that, wasn't
I
it?
don't think he entertained the idea that it could have been us.
I don't. No, we weren't even in the equation, mate. No, it was to do with resellers, wasn't it? Reselling content. But yeah, so.
But so I don't know. Like I say, the Darth Maul. I remember being a kid, a teenager, and I heard that woof for the first time, and I thought, we are finally going to get to see a Sith that can move around without looking like he's a fucking old robot.
Yeah.
So, and then we heard woof the second time, and you're like, fuck me. Yes, go ahead. We've got a bow staff lightsaber here, and that was awesome, And then we get that moment in Revenge of the Sith where they're both facing off from each other. And then you hear lightsabers go, and you're like, my God, this is really going to happen.
Yeah.
I
mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think he was in quite a bit with the Clone Wars, if I remember rightly, or something like that. But like, I think Darth Maul was one of the most underused, underrated, like, villains there could have possibly be. That guy was visibly scary and exciting at the same time.
Parker, is it? He plays.
It's the stuntman, wasn't it? It's the
he's a martial arts stuntman, yeah.
Yeah. But just his presence on that screen, you were like, yeah, this is taking it to the next level, and then you get to the end, you're like, well, that's the end of that then.
Ray Park, his name is.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of that one then, isn't it? But yeah, I loved his design. I thought he was an awesome Sith.
And then Sam Wheatner did him for the Clone Wars cartoons and Rebels.
Yeah, that's the one. Like I say, I know they've gone a lot more into his backstory, haven't they? And in the cartoons, but I'd love to have seen, a bit more of him. Well, in the actual cinematic universe, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't think much of the Sith sort of Count Dooku type of character in Attack on the Clones, Attack on the Clones, and and then obviously Anakin was the Sith apprentice in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
but then to see Vader as the apprentice through the trilogy, and you find you sort of do build a sort of rapport with Vader.
Yeah.
As those films are going on.
Yeah.
And then we don't really get that sort of connection with Kylo Ren. Even when you find out that he's Ben Solo, you don't get that sort of connection with who he is, because they just don't take the time to connect with, write stories to actually connect with the characters. Even Rey, you're not really. Yeah, E.T. was in the council chambers. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Did you not see that? I think it's Attack on the Clones. You know, where they're all in those flying sort of stuff.
Oh yeah.
E.T. and the race that E.T. belongs to is in one of them.
No way.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that. Speaking of race, I thought the pod race was pretty cool in the first one.
But
pod racing was pretty cool.
That was done between George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, wasn't it? Because Steven Spielberg was putting like R2D2 and C3PO and stuff like
references, sort of thing.
References in like Indiana Jones and stuff like that. You know, when you see the hieroglyphics, you see R2D2 and C3PO. And
yes, yeah, I know about that one. I've seen that.
And
Yeah,
obviously in ET, one of the kids dresses up as Yoda.
yeah.
So come the full circle, you've got ET's family in the.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, that's one I didn't mention actually. Yeah. Yeah,
And
I've picked up.
the Millennium Falcon is in Star Trek First Contact. It's one of the ships that is attacking the Borg cube right at the back. You see it flying around.
Yeah.
So go on, mate. What are you going to say?
No, I've just noticed some. I'd done this pickup video, and I completely. There was one thing I forgot to mention, but I picked up the box set of Heidi High on a slightly different note from one of the charity shops the other week. I remember watching this growing up. It was always on telly, but it's like I'm going to have it for the collection. But it's just literally sat in front of me as I'm looking at it going, I didn't mention that in the video. I wish I had now. Never mind. But like I say, it goes back to my original point is that I think because of the quality of the last three, I think the prequels are now sort of held in a higher esteem. I'm not sure where they go with it now because there's a couple of good series like maybe another season of Mando, but there's I don't know if it's the expansive universe that they wanted it to be when they bought the franchise.
No, I think stuff like Obi-Wan and Endor, The Mandalorian, as well as the Book of Boba Fett, that sort of it didn't connect where, or it didn't land the first couple of series where it wanted to land. You know my thoughts on Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
It just ruined the whole. Nobody knew who he was because now Leia knows who he was. Gareth, I know. I'm ignoring him. It's the first time I've mentioned it all stream, so don't go there.
It's not.
So it's like Leia knows who Obi-Wan is now. So she's not, oh, you helped my father. No, you saved my life since then. So, thanks for that. Endor, just hurry up and kill him off. Get him to the Battle of Scarif and let him die. Stop dragging it out. We all know you're building TIE interceptors. Get on with it.
The point is that they're in this situation at the minute, aren't they, where they've got so many different franchises that are all tanking at the same time. And these things must have massive budgets. So they're going to have to be selective with the ones that they carry on, or the ones that they bring in now.
Gareth's mentioned the Acolyte, and yes, I am looking forward to that one. It's sort of given me Sith stroke Knights of the Old Republic vibes. Yeah. However, I was really, really excited about Ahsoka, and Ahsoka let us down in a big way. So it was like, I'm not putting much faith in the Disney series,
Yeah.
I'm hoping the sequel Obi-2 is better. But no, I'm not putting much faith in. I'm not getting excited over any of the content coming out of the House of Mouse at the moment because it's just a big letdown to me.
Yeah.
The Acolyte looks really, really good, Gareth. I am looking forward to that. That does look good, but again, I can't get too excited because I'm still disappointed after the trailer for Transformers 1. If I'm perfectly honest, that just ruined any sort of hope I had for a good Cybertronian movie. Should we do the wheel, if I can remember?
Yeah, go for it.
Because we haven't done the wheel.
Yeah, go for it.
Present. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you've got any movies you would like to add to the wheel, then please leave a comment after the video has gone live or on any of the previous movie chats videos. Then I'll pick it up from there.
Ooh. A new Lord of the Rings movie announced for 2026.
A new Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah, The Hunt for Gollum. So that's an interesting one. There's loads of articles on that at the minute.
Oh, there you go then. So they are come up with original content and just coming up with original content and then just tagging the Lord of the Rings title to it.
Yeah, The Search for Gollum.
Right, are we ready?
I'm hoping. Yeah. Oh, Eight-Legged Freak. Fucking hell. I've not seen that in forever. I'll be watching that on my own, I'll tell you that now. She will not be watching that. You don't like spiders.
Freaks. Oh, no, again, I'm going to be another one watching it by myself because Lana's not going to watch it.
Oh, God.
You're lucky. You've already got a copy of that, haven't you?
I think I might have it on DVD. I don't think I've got it on Blu-ray. Oh,
Is it on my streaming service? Can I find it there?
Oh, you should be able to on that one.
Eight-Legged Freaks. There we go. 2002. It's only 99 minutes long.
Oh, that's okay. It's only an hour and a half then.
Yeah, we'll give that a watch. But then it says recommended movies for you to watch if you're watching Eight-Legged Freaks: Tremors, Evolution, Ghost Ship, The Cave, Primeval, Blackwater, Tremors 2, Universal Soldier, and Arachnophobia. I might have to put all those movies on the wheel.
Oh, it's good. David Duchovny. Not David Duchovny. What's he called? Yeah, David Arquette. David Arquette's in it.
Yeah.
Oh, Scarlett Johansson. There's a surprise.
However, it has shown me that it must be something AJ's been previously on.
What the fuck is that?
There you go. Eight-Legged Freaks. It was going to be called
Let the Squashing Begin. There we go. That's the one.
That's the fella. Yeah, there you go. I'll have to put all those recommended movies on the wheel because it seems that we're in this cheap B movie horror thing, doesn't it? At the moment.
Oh, was it a back attack? No way. A rack attack. Ah.
There you go. Yeah, so please leave us any recommendations for the homework movie for the wheel there. And, yeah.
Okay. I see what you're saying there. So, hey, Max. So you're saying you should add a related movie to the wheel for the one that gets picked, either same actor or director.
Okay. But that David Arquette's only really done Scream.
Well, it's not just... Well, no. He's done fucking loads. Although it is all Scream related, to be fair. There's about God knows how many.
David Arquette movies. Here we go. The Good Half. On Sacred Ground. AJ.
Let's have a look at the director side of it. So otherwise, I'm going to rely on a Scarlett Johansson movie because that's always a nice one to watch. Director.
Mob Town. That was a great film. Oh, he was in Pee Wee's Big Holiday. There we go. We'll put Pee Wee's Big Holiday on the wheel.
Alien Freeze director. Let's have a look at. Do you know what? Even looking at the director, all the movies that he's done 5 movies. Without a Paddle, Nature's Calling, which is a sequel. Return of the Living Dead, 2 Return of the Living Dead films in the same year. 8-Legged Freaks and The Nest.
I've reviewed Guns Akimbo.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed that.
I reviewed Guns Akimbo many moons ago on this channel. I think we need to add that back onto the wheel, Steve. Guns Akimbo.
Do you know what? If you want to, that's cool with me. I think it's on Netflix anyway, isn't it? But I've got a digital copy of it. It's a crazy movie.
Yeah. I just love it when you go, drop the gun. I can't. They're attached. Ah!
Yeah.
And he's running around.
Guns attached to his hand. It's a fucking mental movie. It reminds me a bit like Jason Statham in that blooming the adrenaline one. Crank. Yeah. Yeah,
so Max, go back and watch the review for Guns Akimbo. I never heard of it and I never watched it before. So that's the review of me watching it for the first time. Do you know what? I need to get back into doing the movie reviews and stuff.
And, well, your last one was short and sweet, wasn't it?
Which one was that?
Was that the Greatest Showman?
No, The Greatest Showman lasted about 6 minutes.
Did it really? You dragged it out that long? How long was the intro?
I don't know. I think it was about a minute of me sleeping while Lana come in and I was asleep. And then it took me about a minute and the disc because the fucker wouldn't snap.
So, did you? Is that the first time you'd seen it, Max? Because it is a mental movie. Watched Disney Wish for the first time. Okay, Elaine, what do you think of it? I need to get a couple of Disney movies watched. I've not watched one in a while.
So, if you like Guns Akimbo, Max, have you watched Hardcore Henry?
That was the other one you told me about, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's awesome. That's filmed in first person all the way through.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's like watching a computer game right from the off.
Yeah, but I don't know if I could stomach it all the way through. With it make me nauseous. I think watching something for that long.
No, it's good. It's good, and like you say, you get used to the motion of the film. You know, you don't feel motion sickness after about the first 5 minutes of the film. You just get used to it.
Oh, so Elaine needs to finish watching Wish. And Max said, have you seen the Disney monkey movie called Monkey Kingdom featuring Maya, the monkey or something? No. Get to see Mr. Radcliffe clock too. Oh, yeah.
But it is a good fun film, Guns Akimbo. Yeah, I'll have to sign onto the laptop tomorrow after work and refresh the wheel and get a load of stuff on it. Get a load of movies on.
Yeah.
Because I think it was easy when we were doing like directors' top 5s and stuff like that, wasn't it? That it was definitely a lot easier doing that. But then we ran out of years and we ran out of directors. Then we ran out of featured actors.
It just all went downhill from there.
It just shows how long I had to put.
Well, you know it. You're talking about Marvel and Star Trek.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? Your top 5 Chris Hemsworth's film. Well, 4, then 4 Dark Realm, and then 4 Love and Thunder.
I I was watching the trailer again. I think it was because there's loads of adverts for it at the minute for the new Mad Max movie.
For Furiosa.
Furiosa, yeah, he's even. Thanks, cheers, Apple. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if it's just my telly or what, but it looks like really crystal clear. Like it looks like a really high end. It looks like it's going to look really good. To be fair, in the cinemas. I mean, I'm still of the opinion that they've just sort of put a woman in that role, and they're going with the woman hero, and I would imagine she kicks ass all the way through it. But it does look good.
They just made her into the lead role.
Yeah.
You know, which is unfortunate for that particular franchise. That's the way they've gone down that route.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Loved the original Mad Maxes. Yeah, I did. This Furiosa though, Max, and I've mentioned this a few times on different streams. Just gives me Mad Max 2 vibes.
Yeah,
where they're trying to get the fuel, and that's all I'm saying. And it's, you know, this is why I was laughing at Chris on Whatnot when he was selling his Jurassic World teddies and people going, it's Jurassic Park, it's Jurassic World. It's all the same fucking shit. They've all just remade the film and just put world instead of park. And that's what they've done with this one. They've remade Mad Max 2 and called it Furiosa and just swapped the male lead for a female lead.
Yeah.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We're off now, so. Where is he? Where's he gone?
Can you snap your fingers twice?
There we go. Magic. How you doing, buddy?
Well, I just wanted to say that that sometimes when you love a movie so much, like a friend of mine recently did a video where he asked, what was your favorite movie of all time? And I had to pick this one because of
hang on. Yeah, you're changing the game now, monkey.
Before you explain, the greatest movie of all time, and you've gone with Addams Family Values.
So you the question was what like based on what it means to us and stuff. So
Right. Okay. Yeah.
The reason why is because if you focus on Wednesday Addams in that movie, from the time she gets to the summer camp, it's like when it's her and the other girl, like she like the one that's saying like, I'll be the victim all your life, and her mother is saying like, Wednesday has reached a certain point in her life where she can only think about one thing, and then the other mother says boys, and then Morticia says homicide.
See,
and then there's another part.
I was under the impression that your favorite movie was Twister.
Well, I'm getting to it. That
okay.
Yes, Twister. But remember, this has to do with not for our love of it, but what it had like but the reason. So what I'm saying is that then there's another part where the one lady is saying like, where's the baby? And then Wednesday says, which part? And then that whole scene towards the end where he where the kid, the love interest, gives that whole speech to her about, about what would you do if it's, well, basically, it's what, like, so so like um so like I know that you, Big Steve, thought that I was, like, you had said that you thought there was inbreeding that made me the way that I was. No, it's basically
I never
I
mentioned anything to do about inbreeding.
well, I thought I thought you said that as a joke.
The fact that you could be inbred, if that's how you took it, I apologise to you and your Uncle AJ. However,
Uncle AJ.
Well, that reminds me. I will get back to my point, but I did see that okay. I'll finish my point and then I'll get to what I'm really curious about. But so what I was saying is that what is that why it's the greatest movie of all time to me, but for a different reason. Is because the reason why I'm screwed up and not mentally like AJ is because I ended up trusting the wrong person, which would have been if what Christina Ricci's character would have been as an adult.
All right.
That's who I ended up with for a number of years and really messed with my noggin. And that's why I'm not
you associate that with it.
That's kind of what the question was about, to pick a movie that's not like not the one that is
not the one that you enjoy the most, but the one that you're attached to the most. So that leads us on to an interesting question then, Steve. What would your movie be? Because you're quite like that, aren't you? With some of the Robin Williams films, for example, and you're quite attached to some of them, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just for me. I think it's more. The thing with Robin Williams is, I mean, he's a great actor. He's a really great actor, and I enjoy how quick his brain works. I admire how he can just sort of go off on something like instantly without even thinking about it. I mean, it's obviously took a lot of years of practice, but I think the thing for me is his ability to sort of, and his want to sort of cheer people up. So he didn't want people feeling the same way he's felt and gone through what he's gone through. I think that's what I admire about the guy more than anything. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've got absolutely probably nothing in common with the guy at all. But I like to think that I want to see other people happy. Do you know what I mean? And I want to see other people do well. Sometimes at my own detriment, I think.
You do have something in common with him, little Steve.
Okay, mate.
You both look like Popeye.
Right, I genuinely thought he was going for it. I can't believe I'm getting ripped by you, bud. Honestly, I genuinely.
No, that's a compliment.
This is a new low for me. This is. Just when you thought you've hit rock bottom.
I thought you were going to say you both had good-looking best mates, but going with the fact he looks like Popeye is just fucking brilliant.
Cheers, mate. Fucking hell.
Oh, my God. That's awesome.
You bellend, you Chris Steve. Fucking hell.
Oh God! You've just cheered me right up.
Fucking hell. No, but like, there's, I don't know. I take different things from different movies and different actors and stuff like that. But like, that's why I like him. I think that he's just the abilities that he had, and his quick wit and the sort of need to make other people happy. I think that's what I admire about him. Right, latest buddy. See you in a bit now, mate. That's what I enjoy when I watch his stuff.
Well, I'll tell you one. What?
No, go on, carry on, buddy.
I'll tell you one film that did not make me happy that he did, and I was expecting a psychological thriller when I watched him in the final cut, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I've not. I've got it upstairs, but I've not got around to watching that one yet. The final cut.
It's let's just say, think of the worst thing imaginable. Like, you are a parent, right?
Right.
Think of the worst thing imaginable a adult can do to a child. That's in it, and I cannot believe Robin Williams would sign on to be in a film that shows that. I was upset because it's kind of like when I was a kid. I had seen him in Flubber, and then I turned on Jacob the Liar, and I heard him just curse in the car, and then I was like, oh my Lord.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I never heard Robin Williams curse so much.
The first time I'd seen him in any other type of role apart from a comedic role was 1 Hour Photo.
Yeah.
Even when he was in Bicentennial Man, he was still that comedic Robert Williams, wasn't he, with the one-liners and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
1 Hour Photo, and it's like Adam Sandler now. Adam Sandler's going down that route of where he's becoming a more serious actor and not a comedic actor. And I think he might have just hit that age where Robin Williams was when he started doing the same. And I think 1 Hour Photo was the one that turned that for me.
Well, speaking of Adam Sandler, what we need is 8 Crazy Nights 2.
I've got 8 Crazy Nights. I haven't watched it,
I recommend you.
Nice. The animated one, isn't it?
I recommend you turn it on the first night of Hanukkah.
Okay. Well, I don't celebrate Hanukkah, so I'll just guess.
Well, a lot of people that went to see the movie don't either, but let's just. I'll say this: it's called 8 Crazy Nights because Hanukkah is 8 Crazy Nights. But
crazy is, I would imagine.
What?
I said it depends what your definition of crazy is. Dave's put a message on there. Highly suggest you guys watch Reign Over Me if you like a series and a film.
Really good movie. Oh my god, that is yes, and it stars War Machine. John Cheadle is in it.
Yeah. Okay.
What was it called? Reign Over Me.
Yeah, Reign Over Me.
And you actually do get to hear him. You actually do get to hear him sing it a little bit, but he's freaking out, man. But
it's not a fucking musical, is it?
No. It is not a musical. What's happening is that he's in court. They're trying to get him to agree to something, and the lawyer puts a photo in front of him, and he just starts freaking out by singing the lyric of his favorite song over and over again, because the lawyer just pissed him off so much he's just going into a psychological kind of meltdown, and he's just blaring, he's just yelling his favorite lyrics, and that's, well, I won't say anymore, but he keeps repeating the title of the movie.
right.
reign over me. So it's not a musical. No, it's a tragedy. That's all I will say.
Okay.
But back to my question. I'm not trying to say anything bad about anybody. I just don't understand how it was meant when I say that that when I had that well the first one AJ had left a comment on your on your on the live stream. He had the laughing face emoji, and then when I commented on him calling him uncle, he did the laughing face emoji. I
Yeah.
don't know if he thinks him being my uncle is a joke or if it's
No.
implied.
What it was that obviously your video came out about your similarities to AJ,
Mm.
and then you were going to go on Robin Lee's stream with AJ, and then the impromptu you appeared on here, then Rob did, then then Lee did, then AJ did. So it was sort of like it all sort of fell into place the way that we never actually intended it to fall in. So there's no like hidden sort of humor.
Inside joke.
There's no inside joke. It was just because it was just quite funny that stream just took a strange. I'm going to use a term, a strange turn, because it was never intended to do that. We put the link in the chat at your request, and then all of a sudden, everybody else it just sort of fell into place, didn't it? And at some point, it did
nice
take
one,
we did go off on a bit of a tangent, and it was just a funny night, and that's all. We were just still laughing at the stream, so don't take it as that there
Don't
was
take it
any sort of inside joke or anything like that.
What I think is it really made me happy is that when you look at the amount of views, it just is such a amazing stream that has amassed so many views, and even to this day, when you look at how many views it is, even versus like it, like I think it even like in all due respect, it even did it to this day. It's done better than the stream you did before that, as far as views. Not, I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking you one bit. I'm just
look when it's just me and this boring twat. Any stream beats it when we get guests on. So don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Right, can we do the wheel? Oh, we've done the wheel, haven't we already? Sorry. Yeah,
we have done the wheel.
Well, you did ask for people to add something to the list. How about you add Adam's Family Values?
A what?
Adam's Family Values. Yeah,
we'll do that all day. That one does not bother me at all.
I'll get that on here now, mate. There you go.
By the way, little Steve, sorry about the dirty Santa.
What are you on about?
No, I had rewatched the live stream, and when I showed you the dirty Santa one that I wanted you to watch, you cringed and you went like 6 feet away from the stream. I
wasn't expecting it, if I'm honest. I mean, you've got to learn to expect the unexpected on here, I would imagine.
When it comes to me,
I literally didn't expect it, so it took me by surprise. But no, I'm fine, mate. Look, Steve, we're gonna have to wrap it up soon, buddy, because I need to get off and get some stuff done.
Yeah, no worries, mate. That's fine.
I'm sorry, fellas.
Oh no, it's not you, buddy. It's not you at all.
It's okay. It's just Steve's got to start to take his medication, hasn't he, at this time?
Yeah, I've got to get my meds done.
Monkey, you know that you're welcome on anytime, my friend. So, you're more than welcome at any time that we do a stream, etc.
May I say one thing?
Yeah, go on.
the I will say that AJ seems to be really upset that he had did all the culling of his collection and now he's getting them again. That he's still collecting, but he needs. So I will say this in the hope that he watches, and I'll say, AJ, Uncle, as long as it's things you love. I mean, you got rid of the ones that you have that you don't have a emotional attachment to.
He's gonna
If
regret
he
it.
what
Nothing. Carry on, mate.
If
he
you-
was showing his copy of Titanic 2.
oh no, if he loves him, his heart will not go on. Maybe maybe his credit card statement, but
No, I think from what I watched recently from him, you know, I get the idea that, you know, he was never going to be I'm stopping doing it. It was more he wants to make sure he controls it and that, you know, he gets the ones that he really wants rather than just sort of filling it with stuff for the sake of it. You know,
and he may be so happy.
so I
He
think he's
bought more
enjoying his journey.
Barbie.
I think he's enjoying his journey and he's got a bit more space to put more stuff in. So
Yeah, I
that
think-
as a collector, that's the best part.
I think he's done what I done, where culling your collection. Are you going to watch them again? Probably not. Get rid. Do you enjoy it that much that you're going to watch it time and time again? Yeah, keep. You know. And unfortunately for me, the majority of my Blu-rays went. You know, and I'm left with that little shelf at the bottom there with a couple of TV shows that I'll probably watch. Little Steve could probably go through and do that himself. You know, he's got not just the thousands of Blu-rays that you see behind him. He's got thousands of DVDs in the loft, which are probably duplicate to the Blu-rays that he's bought.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
he could probably fill our channel with content for the next 5 years doing that. He's just too lazy to do so.
I'm not
So
going to do
yeah,
that.
I can understand that. Like I say, there was a comment from Z on one of my last collection videos about would I call my collection or would I ever think about calling it, and that's what led to me getting rid of a lot of my Transformers and starting buying these statues.
Yeah,
Because, that's what sort of prompted that. So cheers for that, Z. And thanks for the Spider-Man as well, by the way, if you're watching. That's awesome. I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
I'm so happy he got more Barbie. There's nothing wrong with buying more Barbie.
Has he been buying the Barbie series, as he like?
mate, I swear to God, you need to watch his video from like today or yesterday. He's got more Barbie.
Right, okay. I'll have to have a watch. And if he's collecting the Barbie ones, I know Andrew from Money Mental's got a load of Barbie films as well, so I might pick a load of them up for him at the weekend. Send them down to him. Right, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I know little Steve has got to go. Monkey, thank you for joining us here. It's
Thank
always
you very much,
a pleasure to
buddy.
have you on the stream, and you are
Can you
welcome.
please snap twice?
Well,
There he goes.
there we go. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us and sticking with us through another stream of Movie Chats. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye bye.